You're busy.
Yeah, we there's just so many so much to do every day, you know, fucking meetings this, meetings that, this problem, that problem. It's but
Let me hang up.
hmm,
Right. Everything good though?
it is. Better than it was for the last 3 months. I
All right.
think I got most of the marshals and Angel to retire. So, not in any
They're
kind
on
of
pensions now.
strange. Well, not well. Just to be clear, not in any kind of strange way, right? Like we fucking
Oh, you did your
started
job.
did my fucking job. Started trying to take over
Yep.
the entire fucking city, one fucking line at a time. And I went and challenged their power through a letter, and next thing you know, I think they realized, fuck, we can't be fucking super soldiers. Well, boom, boom, one thing led to another, and now things are starting to move forward.
They probably figure out, you're not some kind of pushover. They've been used to just pushing over whoever they wanted to, just move,
Yeah.
move, move. Didn't give a fuck about what they write down or what they were doing.
Mm,
Nobody was questioning it until you and Pred came around.
yeah. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of what I wanted to do with you, and man, the timing.
Yeah. Like my heart dropped like a few seconds here. Did you check if you
Well,
were followed? I was like,
no,
I parked my car on the other side as well. I walked over here,
I think that should always be kind of a bit of an assumption. Being followed, right? You ready? You want to know how bad it was, KJ? How
How
bad?
bad was it?
Brother, Daisy was getting harassed from fucking day one, right? She could look the
Right.
other way, but you know what it is. Fucking cadet police this, cadet police that. I found out that they changed the law so that I could not get access to my FOIAs. And you know what? She changed the law the next day to stop me. And it was always this accusation. And you know what, brother?
What?
This fucking dumb fuck convinced a bunch of marshals who didn't want to do it. They said it by their own words. Trying to imply like, bro, I changed on day 2. I was checking out G6 to make sure their
Yep.
payments were good. Because there was no way to know how much each job pays, right? She started an embezzlement case on me and tried to force a marshal to get subpoenas for me, even though it would have been illegal.
What?
You're going to find out soon that she threatened another judge to sign fucking and keep this to yourself because it can't get out till court. She forced the judge to sign a raid warrant on Pred.
She forced.
She, as a marshal, raided him, and as a marshal, threatened a judge that works under her to sign the raid warrant.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, it's fucking cooked.
It is cooked, but I'm not shocked. That is the like you've been around, I've been around, we've seen some shit, and I'm not shocked. Like it's kind of like when you give power to people change. You know what I mean?
You acting like it would have been any different if Den Shiesty was head justice.
I don't think so. I don't like. It's hard to know. You never know. You can assume a lot of shit, But then again, there need to be some way, shape, or form. Like
Yeah.
everybody need to be accountable for what the fuck they're doing. Doesn't matter who you are or where you are. Of course, at a certain level, there's different people accountable for what they're doing, but it's fucking shit. Yeah, it's very shocking, because these are the people who are getting paid, for the government to make sure everybody else is Gucci. They're the most corrupted fucking people out there.
Yeah, power blinds, A lot of people.
It does.
People can forget why and what their purpose is, right? Law and order, not corruption.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But on another note, you're still going through with what you want me to do, or is there any change?
That's where it leads to this. Is Originally, I was going to set the footprints for taking them all down a different route.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you know what I mean by that.
Yep.
Back in the day type shit, you know?
Yep.
But luckily that's no longer necessary, but I have something else in the works. And I think it's going to need those funnels.
Right.
I'm
That
gonna
is good.
give you a document that I should have available tomorrow.
Right.
Look at it close. Don't show anyone to it. Like your eyes only type shit.
Right.
And
Noted.
I'm gonna be aiming to build something real bright. Back end deal sort of thing. Way for money to be properly funneled so that if we ever end up in a very certain similar circumstance, at a singular button push, the right people can stand up and make sure San Andreas doesn't get taken over by the wrong people.
That is good to know. I have my best people though. Like I got a girl named Winter. I don't know if you know who she is, but she's been writing up business proposals with logos, with like locations, everything. You know,
Beautiful.
everything. I told her like basically, I need this as good as possible, but at the same time, don't use too much time. But it should be good enough if people are glancing at it. You know, it looks professional. And she's told me she's gonna be ready this Friday. I haven't been able to link up with her, but she's been using like 1.5 weeks on that shit, you know, to get it done. Two businesses.
Beautiful. Love it.
Yeah, the two businesses will be an event business because you know
Yeah.
money in and out is pretty Gucci, and the other shit is a car sales business because you can have big numbers, small numbers, you know, going in and out of that account.
Yes. This is perfect.
The person who will be holding the two accounts, his name is Arthur. I actually figured out that he works for Pred right now as a deputy mayor.
Okay.
But he's very loyal, trusted, and he's ready to take the blame if he needs to take the blame for something that happens to the accounts. And he will
All
be
right.
quiet.
Beautiful. And when it
The
comes
house, that's where it comes down. Like I have a house ready up at Fudge. The only thing I need is kind of like if you want to put one of your people, you know, with get the keys, like kind of like buying the house and have it, or if you want me to find somebody to, you know, own
I
the
think
house.
finding someone would be the best.
Right?
There's going to be another, like, let's say, branch that's going to be operating so that in the event that your side gets hot, the other side is still cold. You know what I mean?
Understood.
And I'm going to keep a bit of a separation of until necessary for you to know who, let's just say, like your colleagues or counterparts would be.
Yeah.
The less you know is it makes everyone safer, right? You can't.
No, I totally agree. Like, I like to work that way as well. You know, the less you know, even though if people questioning you, you know, you have nothing to say because you don't know anything. The only thing is probably for me is try to find somebody who can, you know, be with that house and that I can trust enough with the people who get keys to that house, you know, and the names they will be able to see and stuff like that.
So only the owner would ever be found in any public documents.
Yeah, I know the owner would be, but I need to trust the owner enough to, you know, keep shut about the people who have access, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, for example, when it comes to Arthur, he will never say, you know, like, he thinks that I'm, you know, like skimming money basically with his two accounts and stuff like that. And I talked to him, and apparently only the owner of the business can see who has access to the accounts and who's using the accounts. So that is the good thing. And we're talking about, you know, actually do something with the business as well, you know, like hire people and get people to do stuff and not have access to the bank accounts.
The
So
court
it looks
center,
like very legit.
the court center is going to be up and operational soon, and operating anything out of that would help. You know what I mean? Even just being present there makes it seem like there's business operating. Events are a good way too.
Events is a good way as well. Events is good as well because you can apply, like you can apply to the government, you know, to get
Yeah,
some money to create some events as well. So
exactly. And just because it looks like it costs this much doesn't mean it actually did.
no, no, no. An event can cost you 10 grand, you know, but we can put on the paper it costs you 100 grand.
Um,
And you can make 100 grand from an event, or you can make $1 million from an event. It depends on what you're doing, for who you're doing, and you know, if they're rich fucks or not. The same with a car, you know, a car can cost 50 grand, but it could cost 1.5 million as well. And on the paper, you know, you put the name of the car, you know, but did the actual car get sold or purchased? Maybe not.
I think that could be tracked, to be honest.
Can
Um,
probably be.
but always something we can figure out. You know what I mean? I think.
Yeah, but if you do it in the right way, you know, and if you have actually car going in and out and they're checking and they see nothing, you know, illegal with the shit.
That is true.
We can see along the way, though. We can see along the way.
In regards to like properties, I think we got some time with that. So, I think money filtering first would probably be the best first logical step. I
Yeah.
mean, in the grand scheme of things, only a couple $1 million are probably needed for the bulk of stuff.
Yep.
But I think some of these operations may roll into contracts as well. How they're doled out, we can figure it out in time, right? But
Yep.
I think that'll be the easier bit once the money's in place and in the right locations, right?
Yeah, you're not wrong. I hope I will be able to catch up with her today, get the business proposals, hand that over to Arthur, tell him, you know, to apply it, and then I tell you, you know, it's up there. Or you will see it, though, probably.
Beautiful,
So
beautiful.
that will happen in the next few days.
Okay. I have a question. And if you can't say, that's perfectly fine. This doesn't go really deep, but do you know what happened at the prison yesterday?
No?
Okay. All right. So I've been in a very odd predicament recently where I need to be way more considerate of everybody than I've ever been in my fucking life. Where do you remember Brandon?
Brandon. Yeah, Pegasus Brandon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Brandon, I used to have to he'd do some dumb shit, I fucking push him off a mountain, right? Guy ended up, you know, leaving the fucking picture after he did one too many things. I got an issue right now where I got someone in my cabinet who's getting a little too involved with this side of things. But they're doing things that you would normally doing things for folks that you would normally have an hang around do. But she's too exceptionally green that I think she may have just gotten herself blooded in with a gang. But she
Brandon's
doesn't
gang.
know it. A fucking Pas.
3 Pas.
3 Pas.
Pas.
They're
Edgar.
called 3 Pas.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Brandon, obviously I know the guy, right? But I've already had to deal with some headaches with him to the extent that I've told Brandon I don't want any fucking involvement with them. They're way too loose for what I've got responsibilities for. But
All right.
I'm gonna just tell you.
Need to talk to him?
No, I don't think I need you to talk to him, but I'm trying to get like an idea, right, as to like what the fuck I'm dealing with. I'll just tell you the name. Tilly, who works for me, accidentally blooded herself in with them, and I don't think she realizes it, or maybe she conveyed it as much. But she's I may need her picked up and sorted out, if you catch my drift.
Yeah. You want me to blood her out?
I haven't quite decided, but I may need that as an option. Um, so
Yeah, that can be arranged.
yeah,
That can be handled.
okay. As for her involvement with whatever, I don't really give a fuck what they're doing, etc., etc. But it all comes down to, it's liabilities, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't care what she's doing with this gang or whatever they are doing. It's more about what she knows about you.
She doesn't know anything. That's the thing. KJ, I'm gonna tell you how stupid this is. You ready?
Oh,
She doesn't want to leave the cabinet, but wants to continue doing dumb shit, even if it puts everyone else at risk. She's being very selfish. So
that is very selfish.
yeah. So she could literally just leave and do whatever the fuck she wants, right? But she wants to be on the cabinet, yet still essentially assist with hut level activities, but claim that she doesn't, that it's not a big deal. She fucking told me that, KJ, yesterday. She said, well, you're allowed to mingle with these people. Why can't I? I'm like, you just got yourself fucking blooded in. You didn't even know what you were doing.
Yeah, there's a difference with mingling and having an argument or a discussion and actually join in with the gang, and then you need to follow the rules, basically, or they will fucking kill you. What the fuck? I don't know how they operate, though. I got... the only thing I know is, like, Edgar is the leader. We have a guy with us right now. He was... his name
Edgar's
is
the
Billy.
leader.
Yeah. Pass. Edgar.
Oh, interesting. Okay. See, I didn't even
I think
know
he's
that.
the leader. They worked very tight with Sonia, I think, and the Gorillas. I don't know if you heard about the marriage between, was it AK, I think the leader of the Gorillas, and
Yeah.
some girl. And this Billy dude, he threw a Molotov and basically burned Sonia, Edgar, and this AK dude. Like 3 leaders from 3 different gang got burned, in that
Yeah.
wedding. Because he was promised this girl to marry her, but since he left the Paz group, they didn't want him to marry this girl. So yeah, and this girl is I don't know, a drunk or whatever. She was
Yeah,
so
she's
drunk
a
at the wedding, she
crackhead.
didn't know what the fuck she was doing.
Yeah, it's they operate very differently. I mean, look, I can listen. This guy, right? I met him once. He's schizophrenic, is the best way to put it. So they wanted me to set up someone to get killed, and
They wanted you to set up somebody to get killed.
yeah,
We're talking about Edgar now.
yeah, and they weren't understanding why I wasn't gonna do that. So that kind of gives you an idea of what I think of them, right? Like,
Yeah. But then again, just so you know, because this is some information that I got from
Hmm.
Billy, who was in the group. Apparently, they have some deal with some motherfuckers where they're able to get some hardware from,
AKs.
like high-end shit.
Hmm.
And even though they maybe look stupid, they maybe act stupid, Edgar is like, Edgar for me is like a people pleaser, like he's very good with words.
Hmm.
Then when it comes down to it, it's you dig it a little bit deeper, like you said, it's probably not the smartest one.
Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I got.
Yeah. But
Keep it.
still, they managed to make a deal with somebody where they're able to get the hold of something that nobody else can get hold of. So they have some deep ties with some groups or some people.
I would argue that they're likely pawns.
Probably. Aren't we all?
And I make that assessment because the things they had, having someone like Tilly do things for you, then your connections aren't running that deep, right?
Probably not.
And if you think it makes any sense, forget what you know about my past, right? A lot of people don't.
Yeah.
If you can't understand why the mayor isn't gonna set up someone for their death, I don't know what to tell you at that point. You know what I mean? Like shit ain't
No,
like,
but
like
that
shit's
is
not
sometimes with Edgar,
popping.
he thinks he's
Yeah.
higher than light, when he thinks he's Jesus himself when he's talking to you, like big words,
Really?
he's very good with that shit.
I see.
Well,
I don't
yeah.
even know him that deep, to be honest. Yeah.
Well, we knew him back in the days. He used to, like, did you know what me and Benji was doing back in the days?
But there's a lot of things you were doing back in the days. I mean, like
But
gun trade and shit.
Yeah, we're getting that from Europe basically sent over here. And
Yeah.
this guy, he came to fucking town. He started, like, I think Benji found him off the street. He dumped him in the barrio. He almost got him killed. And he ended up fucking working for us, selling gun. But this guy, he was not satisfied with that. We made him fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars. And he ended up fucking bombing people, getting shit, going to the island, the whole shebang, basically.
What?
Yeah. And him and fucking, do you remember TJ Walker?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. They threw this guy out of a helicopter, and we thought he was dead. They killed his best friend, Cesar, and Edgar tried to get his get back on BBMC. Basically, he was a one-man army, and they threw him off a helicopter. And so we assumed that he died. And how long was it? I don't know. 6 months ago? 8 months ago? I get a phone call from this guy. Boss. It's me, Edgar. He survived that fucking helicopter shit. So he said he's been, down south, hiding, doing his own thing, licking his wounds. Now he's back. The thing I know about this guy, he likes to blow up shit, He likes to deal with people who are a little bit, on that side. More like the Simone's brothers, But they didn't like him at all.
That's this is all adding up. He's what I'm hearing here and what I've noticed is, look, I KJ, I'm gonna tell you the, the, like when you take a Polaroid, right? You got all these, and you're looking through an album. That's me and this guy, right? And Brandon included. Is the first time I met him, he called me, said I'm his cousin, and he was trying to get me to give him a gun because I'm the man, right? So I just figured like he's some foreign guy, right? Doesn't understand how shit works around here. Next time I meet him a month later, he thinks that there's a Armageddon and nuclear holocaust that's going to take place and that everything's going to end and whatever. He thinks it's a crazy conspiracy theory. So I think no, I meet him again and it's this other thing. You know what I mean? Now all of a sudden he's running a crew and he's got it. You know what I mean? So it's like to me it's his color keeps changing, right?
Yeah. And he's a picture seller, He sells you an image, a picture, something you want. He tried to figure out what you want and he sells that to you.
Right.
So it becomes believable.
So I don't buy bullshit,
No.
And
but he's used to do that, with a lot of people, and a lot of people will follow him because of that.
Oh my God, that is very interesting. Well, at the end of the day, I it's whatever, right? I don't really give a fuck what they're doing, whatever. But at this point, it's kind of I'm dealing with someone in my office that is being abused by them. Well, I don't even think it's a part of it. She's pretty much. They convinced her to go get a FOIA for them, and she got put on a list. I learned about this, right? About the whole FOIA shit. She's given them. They try to get her to look inside the FIB building. They've so like it's shit like that, right? Getting her to do things so that they don't get fucked. But the thing is,
do you know why she's doing that though?
I don't know. Like, it's very, she doesn't even remember. She can't even recollect. It's a mix of her,
Oh.
like, lying to me. She
Yeah.
sees him as his friend, right? Like, I don't know. She's a little crazy herself, right? So she sees him as a friend, but then tells me that they're going to kill her if I say anything. I'm like, then why are you involving yourself in this shit? She wants to do it because she's bored, right? For lack of a better thing or whatever. I don't fucking know, right? Right? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
You know, it is sometimes. But for me, it's kind of like, look, at the end of the day, you pick, right? If you want to do it, go do that shit. But you can't be in the cabinet. Like, it's not a big ask. Because why do I
because
want
then
to
it will look
inherit
like
your
you
bullshit?
are covering her ass, basically, if she's in your cabinet. It's like a bad look.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
Holy
So,
fuck, you know, it's 1 + 1 is 2. What the fuck?
yeah. So,
But
it's,
then again, I think I know why they're looking into the building, though.
well, brother, there's a lot of reasons. One is the Polito shit, right?
Yeah, you heard about that? Those
Mm-hmm.
documents that
Yep.
seems like they've been sloppy with the work at the FBI building.
Yes. The second reason is there's a guy named the Whisper, right? He was a doctor out of a hospital. Doctor, I don't remember his name exactly, but he was trying to like do like little mission shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And these fucking dumb fucks went and killed him after I introduced them to him. So Edgar, like, you know, like I gave him, I'm like, yo, go talk to this guy. The guy had a lot of information, KJ. If I saw you, if I showed you what he showed me, he had a network of names and associations and shit that you and I would probably kill to have information on.
Oh.
And I introduced him to Brandon and fucking Edgar, right? Like, hey, this is something like your up and coming crew. Here's some shit. In a week, these fucking bozos thought this guy is giving information to the police, and they killed him.
What the actual fuck? So you gave them a hand, basically, and they just cut it off.
What was actually happening was this guy thought the PD and the F5B were giving guns, like were intentionally bringing guns on the ship. Like, it was craziness, right? And he was looking into some conspiracy theory himself, revolving end of the world and all this kind of stuff, right? And he was talking to cops, but like about his conspiracy shit. But the Whisper's psycho Armageddon shit mixed with Edgar's psycho Armageddon shit. And so Edgar, despite literally telling all these people about like bombs and nukes and end of the world, thought he created this information himself and that he didn't tell anyone, even though he told a bunch of others, and then blame this guy for apparently leaking something. Like, it was insane, right? So
sounds like Eddie.
So now this guy is dead, and so when you got something like that, it's kind of like why I ain't dealing with you. You're like, listen, Dundee has more reason than this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dundee, you know he's going to be reckless, right? You know which direction.
Yeah, he's reckless, but he's not stupid.
He's not. Yeah, you're not going to fucking. Anyways,
like he does stupid shit, you know, but that is on his own free will. Like, he can calm down and you can have a cordial conversation with him, and if you make him, you know, tell him, you know, like, this is serious. He takes it serious.
Yeah, and I want to be clear here, like, let them do what they want, but I can't have like one of my cabinet members like knee deep in that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it doesn't
no,
make
I
any
see what
sense. But
so about her though, like, you want her, like,
I have to figure it out. I think what she might be someone that, if needed, may need to be discreetly picked up and see what she's gotten herself involved in. But you know, I asked her yesterday, show me your phone. You know what I mean? I'll give you mine.
Yeah.
She didn't want to do it. Next thing you fucking know, she drives off and likely gets on the phone with the guy. I don't think she understands how well. Yeah, it was so fucking obvious. So I don't know. We'll see.
Well, you say the word. If you need us to try to snatch her up for you, bring her to a place, try to go through whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. You said she's stupid, so I don't think, if you try to do something or force some information out of her,
Yeah.
that will be a hard thing to do, I guess.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Maybe it's better to befriend her with somebody.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of assessing it. It's one of those things, right, KJ? You push. It's like if you it's a sensitive matter because you don't know what the reaction's gonna be, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you know what I remind this situation of?
What?
What's some good examples? Like you remember back in the day when there used to be those gangs where like oh, god damn it, I don't you it can spin up a bigger problem than there really needs to be. So you know, so
No, there's
sometimes it
still
might be a silent
some guys are
cutoff might
still
be
at,
the better one.
Yeah. It can bring you havoc, of some small shit, basically, because they just want to. But like silent approach is Gucci, but if she's easily manipulated, like it could be a different angle to go in. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Because every time, you talk about this shit, it's the default, snatch her up, get her to a place, get a person who's good with like torturing shit, and get information out. But sometimes, like, yeah, it's default shit. You always do. But with some
Yeah.
people, you need to think a little bit outside the box.
Yeah.
And if they're able to manipulate her that much that she doesn't know she blooded into a gang, like you can do the same, if that makes sense.
You know, I
Get the
just
information you need.
realized I could probably just ask for her keys to be removed and just say, I don't know what happened.
Probably. And she will forget about it.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That could be something.
Yeah.
Would that be you, though, Nino?
We'll see. Anyways. All right. Well, shit. Is there anything you need from me, KJ?
No, not right now. I'm paying Winter 50K for getting all the shit done, with the businesses.
Yeah. I think once the money starts flowing, pay who you think ever needs to be paid or whatever. And if you can kind of keep like a running list of what the, let's call it the vault looks like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm not overspending, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's only her I need to pay. And apart from that, I think we're Gucci. It's probably in the future when we get the house and we get the right person there, it's basically the maintenance of the house that needs to be paid. But apart from that,
Okay.
I think we're good.
All right. Easy. Brother. Feel free to ping me whenever. Updates you want to. I'm going to be around a lot more now. So.
Same for you, and if there's other stuff as well you need help with, and be a little bit quiet about, just reach out.
Will do. Always a pleasure, KJ.
Always. Appreciate your time, all right?